you for calling the FBI. Can I get your first and last name, please?
Kiana Clark.
Can you spell that?
Keyana. Last name Clark. Clark.
That was Keyana.
Right.
Date of birth?
Yes, I reported public corruption, hacked email. I reported identity theft, and
To the FBI?
yes, and I've never got a call from an investigator, so I clicked for the complaint. There's multiple different crimes happening to me now, and I've never had a call from an investigator.
So ma'am, whenever you call the FBI and provide information, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a call back. All the information is reviewed. Then if an agent would want to speak to you regarding that information, they would then call you. Just because you submit information to us does not necessarily mean you'll get a call back.
Well, if there's so many crimes being committed and I'm targeted by the police department and harassed, why would they deny me law enforcement?
Okay, well, if it's a complaint on, such as that, you can contact the internal affairs of the police department or your state attorney.
It just said on this line, if you want to do a complaint.
Okay, ma'am, like I said, that is fine. You can file a complaint with us, but that doesn't.
Okay, I want to file a complaint with whoever you claim that you are. Okay, let's do a complaint.
Excuse me?
I don't really think this is the FBI because I don't know why I keep getting hung up on it. Why would the FBI deny me the right to report all these crimes?
Okay. Ma'am, are you going to report any information, or you're just calling to complain that you never got a call back?
Okay, so if I'm doing don't you think that me being violated like this, and this is the FBI tip line, that you should be more understanding and considerate with all the stuff that I reported to you?
This line is reserved for official FBI business related to criminal activity within the federal jurisdiction or matters of national security. A review of your call history indicates you've not provided such information. If you continue to call this line for non-FBI related purposes, the FBI will not take your information. Please contact 911 if you have an emergency.
Okay, bye. So the complaint hotline, are you denying me a complaint? This is the second time that they denied a complaint. She hung up. However they're doing it, it sounds just like the FBI. You go through the prompts. This would be a great way for identity theft.
In a few moments, you will be connected to an operator. This call will be recorded for quality assurance, investigative, or other purposes. If you do not wish to be recorded, please hang up and submit your tip online at tips.fbi.
First and last name?
Yes, it is Keyana. Last name Clark, Clark.
Okay, your first name is Keyana, N as in Nancy, A. Last name Clark. Could I get your date of birth?
Yes, I'm doing a complaint today because I've never had a call from an investigator, and there's multiple violations that the FBI investigates that are not being investigated that are happening to me.
Okay. So any information you would have provided previously would have already been documented, so you wouldn't need to continue calling with the same information.
It says that you can do a complaint. I don't know why I'm denied the right to do a complaint. Multiple times, multiple parties have hung up on me and prevented complaints.
So any information that you would have previously provided would have been documented. So,
I'm doing a complaint today. It said if you want to do the FBI,
I can document new information.
I'm doing a complaint today.
Okay, so you would only need to provide me the information you have not previously provided.
Okay, what are complaints? Maybe I don't understand what a complaint is.
Okay, what's the federal crime you're reporting?
I want to do a complaint because the FBI hasn't called me, so I want to complain. So what is your definition of complaint?
Okay, so where you reached is the National Threat Operations Center, where we intake information for the field offices. We intake the information. We're not part of the investigative team.
Well, I hit the button for a complaint. It said if you want to do a complaint. That's what I hit, the button for a complaint.
Okay, so I can document that's your concern. Did you want to report a federal crime?
I've made multiple reports of many federal crimes. I'm a targeted individual. Police target me and harass me. My
Okay, so
email
you need
has
to
been
reach out
broken
to
into.
the police department's internal affairs or the state
I'm doing a
attorney general.
complaint. I'm doing a complaint because the FBI is refusing investigation for the multiple crimes that are happening to me. And multiple parties,
So
when I came in, have interrupted the
that
complaint.
documented.
So
Do you
what's
have
the
any
complaint?
information on a federal crime?
I don't know why you would interrupt me, ma'am, and this chaos is going on.
I'm asking if you have any information on a federal crime.
I've reported multiple targeting an individual and denying them law enforcement. Is that a federal crime?
Okay, so if that's the complaint you're making, you need to make that to the police department's internal affairs or to the state attorney general.
Okay, so I hit the button for a complaint. Multiple times I've called. They've hung up in my face. So I hit the button for a complaint and you won't take it?
Okay. I'm not sure. What are you complaining about? I'm confused as to what you're calling for today.
Law enforcement is denied through multiple different agencies.
Okay, so you don't need to continue calling with the same information.
Ma'am, I just hit the complaint line. It said that if you want to do a complaint, I want to know the complaint procedure. What's the complaint procedure? It's to intentionally try to.
A review of your call history indicates you have not provided such information. If you continue to call this line for non-FBI related purposes,
Are you denying me the right to a complaint, ma'am?
Please contact 911 if you have an actual emergency.
Ma'am.
I do have it documented that you are complaining that no one has called you. I'm going to end the call. Thank you for calling. Have a good day.
So she did hang up. So I'm trying not to get emotional. So what they do, and it was intentional, it was harassment over the phone. And you can't really prove it unless you just record a lot of calls. And I would call, even ordering pizza and different things like that. They'd hang up in my face and make it a nightmare ordering pizza. One time I had problems with headphones and they would not tell me how to get the headphones back working again to pair it. Just minimal things like that. It just oppresses you and ruins your day. Because of the mistreatment and how they hang up and how they were rude and disregard your life and disregard what you're saying. So I think it's pretty sick, to make all these calls and for someone to be able to interrupt you begging for your life. The police to enforce when I go in to report it. My cell phone providers won't help me because I think the police department has already had it prearranged. So they enforce whatever's going on with my phone. So, all I can do is just show the history of my experiences and hope that one day it will end.